See, there it is right there. Okay, I got it. Oh, that's exciting.
Welcome to the ranch, everybody.
Hey, that's exciting. I was
know how
excited
you
to
did
try
that.
that. I know. I was excited to try that. Did you guys see that? I couldn't see what I was doing, and I wasn't able to get over here to the other one to see if it was up or not. So me messing around with StreamYard right here. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well,
I wish
welcome
I would have seen that. Sorry, go ahead.
Welcome to the ranch. So glad everybody's able to make it in tonight. Really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come visit us. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, the subscribe button if you haven't already. Share it out. We're trying to reach as many people as we can. And coming up, I guess, in the fall time, maybe we'll get back to the Skillshare event again.
So actually, I was going to talk to you about that. I need to chat with you once we're done. John reached out to me today from two good doves, governor bees and all that. You know, the bees and the honey and
I have no
Two Doves,
idea.
Bees and Gardens, John and Sarah. And they live over here close to us. You know, they reached out to us, and so did Carmen. So we need to get together, and I think we should have a group dinner. We need to get together one night and get together for dinner, and all of us can get together and plan this next Skillshare because Carmen is super interested. She said people are very interested, so I think we need an October Skillshare.
What people?
People have been reaching out.
Okay, people have been reaching out.
People have been reaching out, so you got to scroll down because you're up on the thing.
All right, well, let's go ahead and give a shout out to everybody who's here. I'm going to try to lean over towards Monica because she's getting old. And
I hurt my back today and tweaked it real nice. So it's pretty uncomfortable. I'm actually in quite a bit of pain right now. Yeah.
All right, don't.
Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good.
Tap your leg, not the table.
Yeah.
So I want to give a shout out to Roberta's Artistic Adventures. Thank you for coming in here. We got, let's see, Jesse over at Lazy Days Ahead, and Miss Lisa perhaps is with them. We got Cool Gamer. What's going on? We got G-Dog. That's what I call him, by the way.
Oh, you call him G-Dog.
A.K.A.
Gare Bear?
Gare Bear.
A.K.A. Gary.
Gary. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Jake over at Nanya, Texas on the back 20. What's up? One of our compadres when it comes to the Skillshare for sure.
Yep.
We got the lovely Amy Bland.
What's up, girl?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's your sister-in-law.
There you go. Up in Maryland. What's going on? We got Green Granny 2, Denise Paschal. What's going on?
Hey.
Nicole Smith Gardening, one of my ex-coworkers.
Ex-coworkers.
Well, she's not my current coworker.
I love it. She tried her fuzzy, hairy watermelon. I call it fuzzy water. It's a hairy watermelon.
It was molded?
No, it's got hair, like little prickles of hair. It looks
like a peach?
Like a woman going through menopause. That's what it looks like.
Oh, that doesn't sound
Hairs
good at all.
Chin.
Like just like 2 big long ones?
No, like 8 or 10 big long ones. It's just weird. Yeah.
It doesn't sound very delightful.
But she loved it. She was like, this is good. I mean, she was like dipping into it.
Maybe she was embracing her future.
It was a warm watermelon because she just picked it and the stem died and all that. Anyway, I was watching that. You have to go check out her channel if you haven't checked her channel out.
That's right there. Miss Nicole
There you go. Hiking with Jackie Boy. Hello, Kevin. How are you? Jesse, thank you so much for throwing up all these links. You are amazing. Like, mwah, love you. We appreciate you so much.
We have
she said that hairy watermelon was so good.
Lovely Ann Dale with us. Thank you so much for stopping in. Appreciate you.
Hey, Miss Ann.
Can't go wrong with some Miss Ann.
Yep. Rick from Welcome to My Cape Cod Life is here. Hello.
Welcome aboard. I don't know why I just said welcome aboard.
I have no idea either.
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you, Roberta. I appreciate it.
Let's see. We got Abby in here. Welcome. Thank you so much for.
Hey, Abby. How are you?
Is that Abby?
Abby Kadabi?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Abby Kadabi that we know. I'm pretty sure that's probably her.
Is it?
It's probably our Abby that we know.
It's our Abby. Okay, yes. I'm getting a little bit possessive now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
Let's see. We have Amy Bland. We already said that, but she caught me off guard because she's got the face emoji.
Oh, she's making the barf face?
So are we able to
get hairy watermelon?
We're able to get the comments from Facebook over here now?
I did. I readjusted back to Facebook today.
Wow.
Hey, Leah, what's up, girl?
Leah.
And Abby said, yes, I am her.
Leah Manners.
Leah Manners. She has good manners. Leah Manners. You're saying the A is long.
She manners.
Yeah. Now you know what to look forward to. Hairy watermelons. Or maybe you just get a one hair.
Monica. Monica?
Nicole, did you get more than one hairy watermelon?
No.
Or was it two hairy my future? Who knows?
We're not
two
doing
hairy
this.
watermelons. I believe it's true. Hey, Kevin went over to Facebook. He saw Facebook was active again. He went right on there. Andale said, Monica, I've told you your friend's hotel story to everyone that will stand still. Good. Spread the word. Jocelyn's almost kidnapped last Wednesday will not be in vain. I'm digging the ear tags, Monica. Thank you.
Yeah,
my earrings. Aren't they cute?
They're just like the ear tags. That's funny.
I like them.
My
My friend got them.
You know what?
For me, gave them to me.
If anybody's out there that may or may not know how to make some earrings, make them look like ear tags for cows. That would be hilarious.
They do have a bunch of them like that.
Well,
you want me to get some Bland's Promise Land Ranch
ear
tag earrings?
Get the PLR, but make sure you use number 1.
Very good. I like it.
All right. Who else we got?
Oh,
Miss
that's
Nancy.
true, Scott. Got to be careful with those melons. Yep.
Okay. Are we doing
Hey,
this again?
Nancy, what's up, girl? How you doing?
Are we doing
Let's
this
see.
again? This
LOL,
year?
she said just one, but she's saving seeds so she can have more hairy melons next year. Good job. I am so happy for you.
I don't even know what to say.
And I said hi to Tish. Miss Pretty is here. Tish Ross from over there at No Judgment with Tish Ross. I'm going to say it right. I was going to say Tish Ross, but I decided not to say Ross this time. And it was Tish Ross. That's a tongue twister.
It could be.
I have to speak clearly. Drama Club starts tomorrow. So I have to be very clear and have to enunciate my words so the kids can do the same when they're practicing their new
I'm sorry.
script.
I'm just thinking about your ear tags now. Just
seriously?
He's ruined it for me. They actually look like ear tags.
No, they don't. They look like earrings. They're pretty earrings.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Oh, hey, Scott's in here.
Yeah, I just said it. Oh my gosh. And he said, hey to you, Eric. Grumpy Pants.
Yeah.
Grumpy Pants.
Let's see, bruh.
Abby said she has earrings that look like cow tags.
Called me at 3 a.m. and told me.
Yeah, bruh. She almost died at 2 a.m. when it was happening.
Yeah.
Well, she may not have died that fast, but she would have died eventually, I'm sure. Funny, everyone says Tish Rosh or Trish Rosh. Yeah, it's a thing. It's gonna be like that. That in my brain, that's how I hear it. I don't know.
Abby says that she's got some ear tag looking earrings.
I just said that too, but you were focused on the words so much you couldn't hear me.
Well, you're just way ahead of me today, I guess.
You're so excited for Drama Club. I know. Okay. That's because Gary has one of the lead roles this year.
Whoa.
In the new play we're doing. I cannot wait. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be awesome. Yes, Andale, it's our homeschool co-op. It starts tomorrow. And Gary up here is in my drama club, and he is one of the leads of the whole play. He is the grill owner, and it's like a country type, Western type of.
I like young entrepreneurs.
Yeah, he owns the grill.
Okay.
Where everything's happening. And let me just tell you, he has got a lot of lines. He is taking on a very big part this year, and I think he can do it. I'm confident he can do it.
I'm sure he can do it.
Hey, Miss Jeannie, how are you? He's a good actor. He's a good job with that.
Okay. How's this country accent coming along?
He's getting there. I think.
Why doesn't he just talk normal?
He should. He needs a banjo a lot. These kids have to really banjo. They really have to banjo.
They may not understand what you mean by that.
Banjo. That's like when you really get your country accent going.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Karen, how are you?
It's like a snowball. It's like it just starts speeding up the further it goes down the hill.
Yeah. Yes, and Trump has the lead. He does have the lead in this particular play. But I will tell you, the big bad guy is going to try to come, steal the lead from the main characters. But I'm telling you that I think that the role is going to go. The main guy is him. So yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's see. What are I talking about? What are you talking about? He already talks the part. Yeah, he does. He can banjo
sometimes.
But I think when it comes to it, they don't banjo enough. Like they really can't get in there. It was really fun too because I have to write some commercials for this play. So I was working on my commercials today. Remind me to tell you what the commercials are. I'm so excited. Got to write the third commercial still, but I'm really excited for these kids to
for copyright reasons. You can't tell me now, or
well, I can. So the first commercial.
Yeah,
ready?
Start from the first.
The first commercial,
okay.
It goes right after the first act, and it's the commercial. It's about bullies, and you're trying to get rid of bullies. So the spray, two characters, The one sprays "Bullies Be Gone" on herself, and she's trying to keep her bully away from stealing her lunch. And as the bully comes in, she sprays the "Bullies Be Gone" on her, and she's holding her lunch sack, and she's excited. And the bully comes in.
Hang on, did you just call it a lunch sack?
It's a Wild West production. It has to be a lunch sack. That's what she has to say. It's her lunch sack.
The South is starting to wear off on you.
Baby, it's a Wild West production.
It doesn't matter. You just
She has to say it, but I have to keep in character. Anyway, she's holding her lunch sack and she sprays herself with the "Bullies Be Gone." And the bully comes in and immediately starts like retching because she smells so bad. So he's like, "What in the tarnation?" And he's just like, he says, I think the one thing is he says, what is that smell? It smells like
Nirvana.
No. Teen Spirit. No. That would be funny though. I actually might have to rewrite this commercial now. No, he goes on about and he starts saying how it smells like a pile of cattle manure or whatever. Manure. Anyway, manure. It smells bad.
Say it again.
Manure.
Not a menorah.
Manure. I don't know. Anyway, like a big pile of poo.
You might offend a lot of people.
And then it's going to be a heaping. I know, I'm sorry. And then like a heaping pile of garbage and all this. And finally he runs away. And the guy's like, "See, I told you it would work." And he's like holding his nose. And she's like, "Yay, thanks, bullies be gone." And she's all excited. And at the end of it, there's like a special warning. And they like freeze. And it's like, "Warning. This item," and it gives you all the things that could happen wrong when you use "Bullies Be Gone." It's so funny. I'm super excited.
Well, I want to say a little side note about that for a minute because I've been watching
all of our watching commercials.
Yes, we
on Peacock.
So we've been watching some shows.
It was me telling about one of my commercials I wrote.
We've been watching some shows on one of our apps, and I guess it's not the Plus app, which means you have to watch all the stupid commercials.
Yeah. And
so now I find it kind of comical based upon what they tell you that this is supposed to fix. And then you like listen to the, so it's like if you have plaque psoriasis, you take this pill, you're good to go. Except for it may cause separation of the urinary tract infection. It may have give you a UTI. It may give you a heart attack or something like that. I'm like, well, I think I'd rather have the plaque psoriasis than
heart attack. All the other stuff. Yeah, I think so too.
That's just me. Maybe I'm just a simple guy.
No, I think that I wouldn't want that either.
Yeah.
Hey, Gwen, thanks for popping in. You have fun tonight. Enjoy your company.
Did you cook for the company?
I was going to say, how many things did you make for the company, food-wise?
I know the people didn't just come
give me a little
without
3 appetizers, 2 main courses, 4 side dishes, and 3 pies. Are we about accurate on that? We know she made at least 1 pie or 1 dessert.
She has to.
Definitely at least 2 to 3 desserts.
Unless she doesn't like the person.
How many desserts did you make for company? That's what I got to know.
If she didn't like them, they ain't getting nothing.
This is true. Plaque psoriasis is no joke, but I'd rather have plaque psoriasis than a heart attack. That's what my dad always says.
Yeah.
My dad always says, because I asked him when he was little, I said, "Why don't you take medicine for your skin, Dad?" And he was like, "Because I'd rather stay alive." And I was like, "Well, okay, then." That was his take on it. He said, "I could take medicine and have liver disease, or I could just deal with it." I was like, "All right, then we'll just deal with it." So my dad dealt with it.
Yeah. He just lived a normal life.
Yes, may wake up with 3 eyes and 7 fingers. That's very true. You could.
So I don't.
7 fingers and 3 eyes.
Are we allowed to talk about what we've?
I don't know.
Talked about with. Remember what Jake was really upset about the other day?
I don't care. Talk whatever.
Well, last time. No,
what are we talking about? What was he really upset about? I mean, you could.
So yeah, I mean,
it's coming somehow. I don't know.
Look here. So
just don't say certain words.
Okay. So the vid,
not a video, but the vid. Whatever secret word you want to call that, code word where people have stuff coming out of their nose and they have like sore throats and then that fever and they have all the things that go with it. You know, the thing that like took everybody out in fear back in the day, like 3 years ago. The thing, the vid.
Yeah.
So we're calling it the vid, just not the video. What is your word for it? The vid. But anyway, we're talking about the vid. Okay.
Anyway, no.
So you heard that it's coming back. It's making a comeback.
Well,
A
yeah.
grand comeback.
So I've heard lots of people. There you go, the Rona.
The Rona. Good one.
So I've heard several people at work that have recently had it, which, to me, it's not a big deal, whatever. But I guess I'm more in tune with what the possibilities are for the world.
Yeah.
And then I guess when you and I were talking, you were telling me that some schools were shutting down again. And
there were some colleges that were like, we're just not going to have classes for the next 2 weeks. We're going to go on some special quarantine here. Okay. Well,
yeah,
it is what it is. But what I think the question that I had was, people were like, you need to prepare now for this second wave. And I'm like, how do you prepare? Like, I've got a crap ton of medical supplies. I mean, like, I've got all the things.
This is a family show.
I've got a poo ton. My daughter works in a hospital. But yeah, see, here's the thing. I've got a ton of homeopathy, like natural remedies. I've got a bunch of things that I would have used or did use for when we did have it back in 2020, because we did have it, but we only had it. And like I told my mom the other day, hey, how are you, Brampton Gardner? Sorry, I'm like, my brain is moving here. We got it back in 2020, but at the end of 2020, and the irony in all that was Eric had been flying to and from
for like 6 months.
On an airplane.
Every week.
Twice a week. And he never got anything. We flew in August of 2020 to my aunt's funeral in Florida, in the midst of all of it, masks and everything. Never got sick, never got anything. My sister and I flew down in, that's a good call. Good call, Rochelle.
All right, stay focused, and then we'll talk about stuff like that.
Got it. Anyway, the bidet. The never got sick until December, and it was like random. And I think it was started by Emma, who got it at probably working in retail. She got it. Caleb got it, and then all of us started getting it, which is no big deal. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad for us. I think I was more scared of what it might be, scared of the unknown. And I feel like most people got it, they were like, oh, this is it. So I guess that's the scary part, is the unknown. So maybe it's like preparing for this time isn't like,
Well, yeah, and I think when we were talking about that was a big piece back then, was the fear of not knowing. And now that people know, will they be willing to be agreeable to the shutdowns and to the...
I don't know. It's very interesting.
Very
interesting.
So yeah,
America has no appetite for another lockdown. There will be total. I hope so. Honestly, Jesse. Well, but I feel like people can be persuaded.
I think
they are very easily persuaded.
I think a big part of it is dependent upon where you live. Yeah. I think Texas. So recently, Texas signed a law.
It goes into effect September 1st. So it goes tomorrow.
Where they can't mandate any kind of shots. They can't mandate any type of mask.
It's no mask, no shots is what it was. No mandates.
Yeah. So,
thank you, Governor Abbott, for now, until you change your mind, because you're wishy-washy like the washing machine.
Okay. Wow. That was
me.
What if Governor Abbott is watching us right now?
Well, then he can maybe change his he won't change his mind.
What would be your message if he was watching right now? If you were speaking on behalf of America or Texans.
How about I just speak on behalf of myself? And I say, please don't change your mind the way you changed your mind the last time you were in a bind. Hold to your guns. Stick to your guns.
Yeah.
Stick to your pew-pews, whatever you want to say. I don't mean.
Maybe he was scared too.
He was scared. He was scared of the government that runs him. And Roberta, no, I do not. But I have other things that we have used and we did use, and it seemed to really help. So I definitely have things in my arsenal.
What is the
hydrochloroquine, all that. It's just probably one of those remedies that are more natural, possibly the plant or whatever it is too. But not like before. I can certainly pray. Exactly. That even if there are some mandates or there are some weird things that are happening, hopefully it just, yeah, Rochelle says, I'm sure Canada will be happily locked up. And yes, the cure was worse than the actual thing itself. I think that's the worst part, is that people are just, we trust people too many. Too many people trust other people. They trust people in power. And it's just sad. And I'm not trying to make anybody all oh my gosh, we're anti anything. We're not anti anything. We're just trusting in the Lord. We're trusting in Jesus. And we know that just like last time, he'll bring us through. He'll bring us through this one too. So there you go.
Well, yeah.
We're all
So,
scared some, but hopefully we have learned. Exactly. And I was scared a little bit too.
so what lessons did you learn from the previous go round?
For me, I feel like the initial fear that I had, I feel like the Lord helped me get through that fear originally, that I was, because I think I was okay at first, and then the possibility became really real. And then I got a little nervous, and I felt a little bit of that fear. But as soon as I started to feel that fear, I also felt like the Lord was like, calm down, you're going to be okay. And I feel like just as soon as that fear started to creep into my like brain, into my heart, I feel like that's when the Lord calmed me down a little bit and said, you need to calm down. It's going to be okay. I've got you. So even if somebody gets sick, because I do have a child that has breathing issues. He was one of my biggest concerns. And to be honest with you, he actually didn't get a really bad case of it. Did he keep a cough for a long time? Yes, he did. But did Abigail keep a cough longer? She did. Did I keep a cough longer? I did. So we did better than the kid with the breathing issues and the medicine every day. I think I was concerned that I wouldn't have the things that we needed, the medicines or whatever, because I hadn't been really stocking up for those things. But I feel like now I'm more prepared and I do have those things kind of put away. I don't have extra toilet paper. I'm going to have to get toilet paper, or we could get a bidet. That would solve our TP problems. I know a lot of people have been sick in the past few months, tested negative. I think it's a cough that lasted a while. Yeah, I think that a lot of people are testing negative, and it's one of those things that people are getting colds, getting sick. Our kids were sick a few weeks ago. They kind of get sick and then they got over it a couple days later. And I wondered, I wonder if this is a new wave of something. Now I wasn't running out to go buy a test so we could have a label on it. I'm not that person. Maybe you have to do it for work. That's not a big deal. I'm not throwing shade or anything. But for us, we didn't need to know. We didn't care. It was whatever it was, but we just went with do what you can do to feel better. And Roberta's got it right there. I'm disabled with immune system issues, a senior, totally alone out in the boonies when I got it. I got sick for over 3 months, but I recovered with no medications. And sometimes you just don't trust the people,
So based upon, and I pulled this back up for a second.
Andale too, autoimmune deficient, but managed just fine. Who knows? Each day is a poo-poo shoot anyway. Thank goodness we have our Savior to know no matter what, we will be good. Exactly.
So I pulled Roberta's comment back up because that was one of the things I wanted to mention was about Netflix. We watched a movie, a series, if you like, a mini series.
Yes.
I guess I'm aging myself now by calling it a mini series. Remember those back in the 80s when they had 3 or 4 weekends in a row? It was a
mini series event on ABC.
That was great.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the reason why I was saying that, so there's a movie on there that was quite shocking that it was on Netflix and that they were allowed to play this movie. And what was it called? Drug Killer? What was it called?
I don't remember what it's called.
I can't remember what it was called. It was
about the Oxycontin.
It was about Oxycontin and where
it was called Painkiller.
Painkiller, that's what it was.
Painkiller. Was it on Netflix?
It was on Netflix. It was based on a true story. And I thought that it was very well done.
Yeah. I mean, if you weren't that family, I think you thought it was well done.
Well, I'm just saying that to me, I think it highlights a lot of the insufficiencies of medications and drugs and, just as a whole, how quickly doctors are willing to push drugs. And
some doctors,
not all of them. And this is not for everybody. As I tell the kids, if it doesn't apply, ignore it.
Yeah.
But not all doctors are like that. I don't think they're all crooked. Like she said, we're not anti-doctors and
No, we have doctors.
Government or anything like that.
Our kids have pediatricians.
I feel like you just have to have the right ones in place.
Yes.
And, that's the great thing about the good old United States of America is
you have choices.
Pick and you're choosing who you want to go see and who you want to let see your kids and take care of your kids and or your spouses or what have you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Andale. Look, she said her and Black Tropical, they were talking about that movie today, that show. I'm telling you, it was so good. It was just, it was eye-opening and it was so sad. It's so sad because so many people have died not realizing that they were addicts. They were truly addicts. And I don't know. It's just
Well,
so sad how
so-
easily you can become addicted to something like that.
So for
And you
me,
trust your doctor.
it's very eye opening because where I work downtown Dallas,
Yeah, Brampton Garden.
I see it every day. I see it when people are out of their mind, when they're, they're just laying on the streets like animals, and it's
so
so
sad.
it's so sad to see people that are trapped like that. And
Yeah.
if you watch the movie, I think that's where you'll see that that's the most frustrating part about it. Is it's not. I mean, ultimately, it's your choice to do this stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that when people are really truly faced with addiction, sometimes they don't know how to deal with it, especially if you've never been an addict, or it just all of a sudden happens. It's hard to. It's just hard. It's one
hard
of
to break free, especially if you don't know. So I think that too, it's really hard for people, just regular people that don't know people with addicts in their family or don't know addicts themselves. Sometimes it's hard to relate to that. And I think that when you see someone or someone that has had that problem, then it's just it's really heartbreaking because that it really takes some intervention there and that person it's themselves to really realize that they need help. And it's hard every single day after that. Once they instituted the HMO, removing the doctor's rights to provide the treatment for their patients they felt was best and remove the patient's rights to doctors of their choice. Yeah. And yet the funny tomatoes are not legal. So many things are being taken away from people just to be able to do. Medical care went down the tubes.
What does that mean? The funny tomatoes?
Funny tomatoes. I don't know. Funny tomatoes. I'm trying to think if that's like code talk or something. Hey, Regina, how are you?
Yeah, so Drops is saying it's best not to take any pills. It's just...
Hey, Drops, how are you?
Leads to more pills.
Yeah.
Medicinal remedies is a better option.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, what's funny is that, what's weird is I didn't see Drops' comment over here.
What is it?
I can't see Drops' comment
Which
over
one?
here. The one he just said that. No. Drops said, best not take any pills. It just leads to more pills. Medicinal remedies is a better option. That's not showing up over here. Not all the stuff. Oh, for wacky tobacco. It's code for wacky tobacco. Oh, really?
Funny tomatoes?
The funny tomato. Oh, okay. Oh, man. That's so weird. I'm not seeing all the...
May Jane?
Mary. I think. But I knew when she said the wacky tobacco. Okay, real quick. Did you guys see everybody else see Drops' comment that Eric put up? Go back up there, Eric, that says best not to take any pills. It just leads to more pills. Now, I didn't block this comment. I didn't do anything to it. Do you guys see that in the chat? Because it's not in my chat that I'm over here just looking, and I'm like just in our page looking, not seeing it at all. And Drops is on YouTube. Now, it's one thing if you won't see Nicole's comments because my other friend Nicole Smith, there's two Nicole Smiths in here tonight. You won't see her comments until Eric puts it up because she's in Facebook, and you won't see Facebook comments, and Facebook doesn't see. But does anybody else see? Yes, I see Drops' comment. Okay. Nope, it's hidden for some reason. Yes, Roberta, it is. It's hidden until he put it up there, and it's still not over here. So weird. And put up Nicole's again because I don't see it over here. My uncle died from a heroin overdose. Started with oxys and got addicted, and the doctor finally stopped giving him the pill. I can't see it there. He went straight heroin. Oh, man, that's terrible. Yeah, super weight. Oh, wait, hold on. I did have it on top chat, too. Live chat. Let's see. I changed it to live chat. Let's see if I'm seeing all of it. Oh,
there it is.
There it is. Oh, so it's only putting the top chat pieces on there. It's not showing it all. So if you guys go up to your chat and go to live chat and not top chat, it will change your chat. So you'll see all of it. Some messages such as potential spam may not be visible if it says top chat. Drops comment was not spam, YouTube. Thank you very much. So yeah, make sure you click live chat. That way you can see all the live stuff. That's crazy. I wonder if that's on their phone too. I'm gonna have to look at that. Yeah, that's terrible, Nicole. That's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Not like you're shadow banned and censored or anything, Drops. Right? That's crazy. That's super crazy. I'm glad you said that, Anne, because that's what I had too. I had it on top chat. Anyway, sorry. I just saw that was very interesting.
It just, I think that, again, regardless of where you stand, that obviously it's medicinal things sometimes are needed. Again, I'm not throwing shade anybody either on whether or not you decide what you want to do.
Yeah.
So, or what you need.
Yep.
Our opinion is our opinion. That's all.
You don't ever see Barbara and Forge's comments either. That's so weird. They recently took down my Thyme essential oil video. Crazy. Well, I've heard too. That's what Drops said. So they're trying to get the Naloxone over the counter to improve access to overdose situations. Yeah, I mean,
well, but
more medicines to fix medicines, and it's like it's awful. It's just terrible. Needless to say, I will say, Drops. I had heard from I follow another naturopath and stuff on YouTube. She had to take down almost all of her natural remedies, and a lot of her remedies right now are being all pulled and censored. So she went over to Rumble, and then she has a second one in another area. So she got a couple different backup channels just so that she can keep these things out in the open. So I've been following her over there because I like the idea of following her here as long as I can, but it's so sad that they're pulling down all these natural ways to stay healthy, all these natural remedies to get your body back healthy. And look, I know I eat junk food and things like that, but I try to keep.
What?
Yes, I like cookies. Okay. I like chocolate. I like cookies, but I definitely think that they're censoring way too many things on YouTube. That's my take on it. Hey, Jim, how are you?
The buff.
Caleb's in here too. Let's see. Yeah, Drops. I figured that's what I'm going to have to start going over there a little bit more, I think, because there's going to be a lot more freedom over there.
What, you did what?
To go over to Rumble and start following some more people on Rumble.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, there's a lot more freedom over there. Sorry.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, getting ready now for winter because it's going to be a lot more colder than usual. Nancy said it's going to be a lot colder in the Ohio area. I had read that it's going to be a warmer than usual September over here. But that probably means that is going to be colder in this winter. And I think I heard that.
What's the difference? We'll get back to this Rona stuff in a minute, but just out of curiosity, what's the difference between a El Nino and is it a La Nina or something like that? What's the difference between the two?
One's a boy and one's a girl.
Okay. Well, that didn't really clarify anything, just so you know.
Yeah. Do you have a website or backup page, Drops? Natural remedies are not profitable. They certainly don't like that. That's very true. Now, I have noticed, though, that Amazon is trying to market some of those natural remedies. And if you look into the Highlands, I know Highlands is for sale all over Amazon, but they've really started actually rebranding themselves. So I don't know. Yes, Jim, you need to plan your invasion for November for sure. Hey, if you're booking tickets, try to look into it now because they're having some really good deals in Southwest. It was 55 degrees after midnight last night, in the 70s last 2 days. Wow.
So let's talk. Let's go back to the Rona for a second because So
see, look, Tish agreed, boy and girl.
All right. Thank you.
Well, you know Jesse's going to come up with some mad information here in a second. Jesse said El Nino refers to the above average sea surface temperatures that periodically develop across the east central equatorial Pacific. It represents the warm phase.
Ecuador?
No, the equator, baby.
Oh, okay.
It represents the warm phase of the ENSO cycle. La Nina refers to the periodic cooling of the sea surface temperatures across the east central equatorial Pacific.
Did you see this?
What? Rumble will migrate all your stuff over here for free automatically. It takes about 2 weeks or more. What? Thank you, Drops. I'll be looking into that this week. Oh, I shouldn't do that. I have like a lot of arm jiggles. Okay. Really quick. Caleb just asked if we heard Oliver Anthony's music. Who is Oliver Anthony?
I don't know who that is.
Hold on. I'll look up him.
So back to the Rona thing. So when we first brought this up, or
thank you, Drops.
I had brought it up to Monica. She started looking into it, gave me some information back, all that stuff. I noticed today.
Oh, he's that redheaded guy, I think.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Oh, Oliver Anthony, yes.
Yes.
Hashtag
Richmond of North Richmond.
The titles, I wish the guy didn't use foul language in that, but.
His actual song?
Yeah, there's a couple words in there, but I feel like he could have made it a little bit cleaner.
He's got a whole playlist, look.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Hashtag Oliver Anthony.
Okay.
There you go.
That was weird.
Good voice. I have Richmond, North Richmond. Good, great song.
Yeah.
Huge underwater volcano went off last year, largest of its kind, raised the ocean temperatures and atmospheric temperatures for the next few years. Yeah, Ryan Hall says it's like bathwater out there.
So anyway, back to the Rona thing. So I noticed today when I was walking in, several people are now wearing masks again.
Maybe they think it's for their health.
Well, and it's not. And again, if that's what people want to do for their health, that's fine. I'm just polling the people. That's all I'm doing.
Wow.
Just kind of like visibly noticing, taking note.
Yeah.
You know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Connor's leaving, but if he is, good to see you again, man. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it.
Bye, Connor.
Why is the girl cooler?
Why is the girl? Because she's just cooler. That's why. La Nina is a colder, whinier system. Jim.
That's a good one.
No.
You didn't like that one?
No.
Why not? He even thought it was funny. Look, he gave it.
He laughed at himself.
He gave it a LOL.
He laughed at himself. Wait, what did Drop say? 5 out of 6 of his songs are in the top 10. Is that the great info we had?
I think that, a lot of these people who are...
Why the masks? That's what Tish is wanting to know. Why the masks?
Well, because
they have it, or they think other people might have it?
Well, I think it's the fear. And they feel like by having it, somehow it protects them. But I mean...
there you go. Rochelle said...
The interesting thing, though, if you educate yourself on these masks, they are not made for the conditions that people are in.
Yeah. So look, let's see. Bram Gardner said at Sid's school orientation, the guidance counselor was wearing one. She was the only person, or he or she was the only person. And then Regina said, my sister has the new strand of the vid, aka the Rona.
The Rona, yeah, and that's what I've heard. And so, and that's a good way for the phantom. Let's call it that.
Hey.
That's the good way for the phantom to come get you.
Yeah.
Because they're saying that it doesn't pick it up on tests.
So it's the phantom Rona.
So how do you know if you actually have it?
You don't.
If it doesn't come up positive.
Even the dogs are saying no mask. Wait, really quick.
But do you remember, real quick, do you remember when the Rona first came around that they were concerned and wanted you to put masks on your dogs and cats? Do you remember that?
I do not.
I remember that.
I don't watch the news.
Well, you have to understand what
I watch Instagram.
Okay.
If it's not on Flecka or on the typical liberal or in a couple of the other ones that I watch that are conservatives, I don't know about it.
Mr. Troy,
hey,
what's
Troy,
going on?
how are you? Regina says my sister has a new strand, and then Bar Run came in, and Two Doves, Bees and Gardens came in here. I was just talking about you in the beginning. I messed your name up a bunch. Don't go back and listen. It's very embarrassing. But anyway, I was thinking we need to get together with Jesus Loving Homesteader. We need to have a triple date.
So these folks are
and
here.
And then Nicole said more mask wearing near Cambridge too.
And that's
Maryland,
that's in Maryland, yeah.
Yikes. Brandon Gardner says virtue signaling.
So if you were to go back, or let's say in 20 years from now,
we didn't either, Regina. Not unless we absolutely had to.
What message would you be giving to yourself about the Rona?
If I could go back and tell myself something in 2020, this is because we just watched Back to the Future, isn't it?
No.
That you want to see what we would say to ourselves 3 years ago in Back to the Future?
Not at all. Continue.
We did just watch Back to the Future now.
Okay, but continue.
Okay, I would go back to the future. I would go back to the past. And I would tell, I'm so excited. I don't even know. What would you tell yourself? I would tell myself to stick on my diet because I was skinnier then. And that if you keep on eating garbage after 7 o'clock,
that's the message you would give?
I would say stick to it, girlfriend, because you're going to get fat in 3 years if you don't keep eating right. Oh, and by the way, the Rona's not that bad.
Seriously?
I would tell myself that.
You just took all the fun out of that one. Mountain Maple Ranch.
Hey, how are you guys? Well, what would you say?
I would just say chill out and calm down, trust the Lord, and be done with it.
I already trusted the Lord, so I don't need to remind myself of that. I would definitely say, stop eating that garbage you're going to start feeding your face in the next year. Then I would say, don't worry, Caleb's going to get married next year too, and it's going to be beautiful. And you're still going to be just thin enough to look cute in your dress. But then stop eating that garbage.
Well, you got another wedding coming up soon. You better get that thing worked out if you're worried about it. Sounds Like you need to get
I need to get on it.
future you to come back and visit you.
Maybe the future you is too fat for the DeLorean. Maybe she can't get into the DeLorean to come and tell me to stop.
All right, great.
Because 2020 me was walking every day. I was walking like 4 miles, 5 miles, which isn't a lot. He was like running 6 miles a day. But I work as a registered nurse. COVID made me rethink my whole career. Yeah. Dogs have had a series of the poke before they can be boarded in most pet places. That's crazy.
And I could see this too, because we knew some nurses that were highly against.
Yes, drops. I like that recipe, by the way. Put that up on the screen. Sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, that's like the 10th time you've cut me off tonight.
Sorry. Hi, Sharon.
Sharon who?
Your mom. How far behind are you?
Well, I get cut off when I'm trying to make a comment.
You should scroll down and say hi to your mom.
Hey, Mom.
And then you should scroll down and you should go to Drop's comment so that I can take the message that I want to copy from him, because I did see that before. 2 grapefruit.
Yeah, Brandon Garden saying it's like putting up a chain link fence to keep mosquitoes out. So true.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I think that for me, I remember them saying that dogs and cats couldn't get it. Ebola was the one that dogs could get. Okay, yeah, well, that was a big one too, right? So, I see Karen Breast saying that she's not going to wear a mask again. I was sent a video from an overseas sweatshop of young people making them in filthy conditions.
Yeah, right?
It's a fair point.
Okay, real quick. Bar unfortunately, I told the folks at my church that I was short of one thing. I am wrong. Tish said I crack her up. Thank you, Tish. I appreciate you. And by the way, articles have come out about the dangerous chemicals in N35s and 95s. Blah, blah, blah. Mount Maple Ranch said, stay healthy for sure. And then Bar Run said, I told the folks much. Oh, then wait, I'm sorry. Roberta said the puppeteers are wanting to turn us into their puppets. Yes, that's true. Nicole, are you yes girling me for the go back and tell yourself to stop eating the junk? The fact that the DeLorean can't hold future Monica. Is that what you're yes girling? I hope not. By the way, Troy said the future Monica needs the DeLorean to have double doors. The doors are pretty wide. I just watched that movie. I'm really scared for future Monica.
You're so dumb. What is this even?
You brought it up.
2020, right here. Nicole was 5 pounds lighter.
I was like 30 pounds lighter. This is 30 pounds heavier.
Wait, what is Troy trying to say about this double door thing?
That future Monica can't get in the DeLorean.
Wow.
That's more than 30 pounds, Monica.
My 600-pound life.
I don't know. They do that in Texas. That's a Texas thing.
I know.
My 600-pound life.
Too many donut shops down here.
There is a lot of donut shops in Texas. What is up with that? Why do all the donut makers live here? Do you think there's a college that have donut courses?
Because everything in Texas is bigger.
Bigger. Do you think they have colleges for donuts? Like people that go to college for donut making? You think that's a culinary thing? They probably don't make donuts in culinary school.
No, they have to.
Why?
Because it's a staple in life.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Now, if y'all got malaria in Florida, I wonder if it has to do with the special mosquitoes they released in Florida that would make them infertile. Flying things.
So
Drops family says, Drops family got any suggestions on how to get my taste and smell back? You lost both a year ago, Tish. You know what's weird is I used to have a really good sniffer.
Well, and
now my sniffer's like at halfway. It's at 50% sniff capacity.
Well,
I don't sniff the things I used to sniff. That sounds wrong. That sounds really wrong.
I don't know if I would be out telling people you don't sniff things that you used to sniff.
I can't. My back hurts too bad.
That's really...
Maybe I should be sniffing. No, I'm sorry. Okay. No, I mean, like my nose is at like 50% smell capacity. Like I don't smell things like I used to. I used to smell a bunch of stuff.
Okay, you act like you walk around and just throw your nose up on stuff.
No, but I used to be able to smell a lot more things.
Did you know?
Remember when they came out and said you should wear a mask in the house when hanging with your family?
Yeah.
Right? That was so stupid.
Or if you're outside jogging. Do you know how many times I would pass people in some liberal states that they're out there jogging with a mask on?
Yeah. Okay, let's
What
see.
in the world?
What did he say? Did he say
Who?
my best friend worked on the COVID floor and the whole thing? I have some different opinions. Really? No, that's interesting, Rick. I'd like to hear though, because I mean, we're not trying to bash all of you, because I know that was real. Like, it really did hurt a lot of people. We lost his grandmother to complications due to having the Rona. But bye guys, see you later. Have fun tonight. Maybe we'll duck out of here a little early then. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, no smell's a good, maybe, yes, no sense of smell could be good around the hog pen. However, it's not really good when you're making food or trying to make sure that there's food that's good for your family. So when you're like making like lunch meat sandwiches and you're like, how long's this lunch meat been in here? A couple days? Because I usually put dates on the stuff, and then I got to open it and sniff it. I can't smell it anymore. Like,
Well,
I don't know.
yeah, and this is important to know too. If you
wearing a
weren't
mask in your car,
in your car, what I always liked was the people who wore the mask because they were very concerned about their health, but they're out there smoking cigarettes. That
I always
was a good one for me.
There's a donut shop on every corner here in Oklahoma. Yeah, but your dad did mention they do close by noon, so that makes sense.
That's
right?
the downside.
So I think that the ones that got me that was really hard, like I couldn't deal with it, was the people that would go jogging with masks. Because I'm going to tell you right now, first of all, I don't run. If you ever see me run, there is a problem, and you should go ahead of me. Run faster than me, because there is a real good reason why I'm running, and you don't want to know what it is. For whatever reason I'm running, you better go. But the thing is that I can barely breathe when I run anyway. So why do you want to put something over your face when you're running? Doesn't make any sense.
No, not at all.
Yeah. And you're right, Rick. Everybody does make their own choices. Totally true. And I 100% agree. It's just very interesting.
Yeah.
The whole thing is very interesting.
So let's go back to one of the original questions you had, because
that's terrible.
I think we all have our stance, whatever it may be, and I hope everybody knows on this platform you're free to feel whatever way. We're not going to dogpile or anything.
No,
like that.
I hope that didn't come off like we are. I'm sorry.
Let's look at the fact that it could be very real that there would be another shutdown. What was your question? How do you prepare?
Because I was listening to Jake and he was talking about all these things that are coming down the pipeline. And I'm like, how do you prepare for that though? Like, how do you prepare for not about a shutdown, but how do you prepare for another wave of a very intense flu, pandemic, whatever you want to call it? How do you prepare for that? Like, do you just mentally prepare first? Like, really just be praying about it? And
did you say hi to Ed yet?
Hey, Ed. No, I just saw that he came in.
What's going on, man? He was here earlier and I got distracted.
I didn't see it earlier. Hey, Ed. No, how do you prepare for something like that? Do you go out and buy a bidet? You might have to, because toilet paper will run out.
We got plenty of leaves around this place.
Family cloth. We can learn to that. That's disgusting. I have children. I'm not
family cloth. Wait, what?
Family cloth is where you use.
Share it?
It's not disgusting. I'm sorry. If you use family cloth, it's not disgusting. It's disgusting. You take pieces of cloth. See, Nicole said it. Family cloth. I knew she was going to say it. You go and corn cobs. You can use corn cobs. Tanya Beckner. Hey, girl. She got a bidet already. See, she's already in the know. She knows. Rinse your booty. A lot safer, a lot healthier. Family cloth. Okay, so you take cloth, and you put it in a little basket. And when you need to wipe yourself, you just use the cloth and you put it in a basket so you can wash it. And then you wash it and reuse it.
Even if you're doing number 2?
Yes. This is where a bidet would come in. Just saying.
I'll be getting a water hose before I'm using family cloth.
You're not.
If that's their choice.
With the water hose.
And
you can use family cloth.
Yeah.
I have a 7-year-old that has a really hard time wiping. I'm not using family cloth with him. I think I would have to have everyone have their own little basket they would just bring to and from.
Well, there's no disguising that, man. Everybody knows what you're doing up in that joint.
Well, girls wipe every time.
You
for real? You think I don't wipe every single time? You have to wipe every time. Nobody's shaking off here. Nobody's shaking off. Nobody's shaking off. Not even the boys hardly shake off. So no, it's just like cloth diapers that I used to wear. How long ago did you wear cloth diapers, Tanya? I had my kids in cloth diapers. That's exactly it. Nicole says, just think cloth diapers. Your dad said They used to use sponges on sticks. Yeah. And there you go. Rochelle said, you just covered it. I can't see it.
Hold on, I'm trying to get there.
She said.
People really want to chime in about this.
And Troy said, check, please. And yes, see, Ola said girls wipe every time. Stick it up on the top already.
Garden hose for the win. That's right.
Wait, go scroll back up for a second. I need to see. Wait, the sponge stick. Just ignore it again. Mandates are not law. And in fact, I can citizens arrest someone trying to enforce them. All right, get for it. Everyone get their own colored washcloth. See? That's it. Shaking off. Nobody's shaking off.
Let's just go for the garden hose.
How about we just get the bidet? Compromise. Family cloth, garden hose, bidet in the middle. I feel like a bidet is right there, happy medium.
Okay, I don't think a bidet is a bad idea. In the event that we get through
another. Yes, and it's very clean. It's cleansing from what I hear.
Does it have mint flavored water?
No, but I'm sure you could put essential oils in your toilet water so that once you flush everything, it'll come back and smell good.
Yeah.
That's what poopery is, please. It's just essential oils you're spraying in your water. Thank you, Nancy. I'm glad we're entertaining to you. And Tanya said 45 years ago she used those cloth diapers. She's just reminding us that it was 45 years ago. And Tish says no. Just say no to family cloth. Could be a real thing. Hey, my wild home. How are you guys? Melody and Ryan.
These people may be using some family cloth.
Do you use? I can't ask her that. That's a very personal question. Do you know people that use family cloth?
I mean, look, where they are, they can just go out and
they might have a bidet.
Just rinse it off.
Like a pump bidet. They're like, it probably doesn't do that.
No, I hope not. Love the emoji selection.
It doesn't need to be flavored, Troy. Scented is what he meant. Scented. Fire hose. Drops said he remembers cloth diapers.
Look,
I cloth diapered my children.
Fire hose for the 7-year-old.
Nicole got on and Nicole got on Danny and it was all downhill. Yeah. Seashells and corn cobs. If you live on the beach, it's seashells. If you live in a farm town, corn cobs. And then you make it into a pipe.
What? And then you smoke pipe. It? That's corn how you
start pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. My dad used to have corn cob pipe, but he was not a snowman. Bidet for the win. Tanya says she promises. If we don't like it, we can give Tanya an extra bidet and she can have it on her extra toilet in her house if she has a second toilet. I have used newspapers before and all the phone book. We don't have those anymore. See, Nancy, ex-private investigator, was out private investigating the Chupacabra, had to use toilet paper, but didn't have any toilet paper. Boom. Phone book.
What?
Yeah. John says he needs a shower now. Be right back.
That was in a public restroom. They did have buckets of water to rinse them in. Eesh.
There you go. The corn cobs. John's got to go take a shower. He feels dirty.
I feel like
mint burn. Yes, mint would burn. We're not going to put it in the bidet water. We're going to put it down at the bottom of the water so it smells good once it goes in. It goes right past the oils. The oils smell good. Yeah.
What water? I mean, if we're doing full shutdown, what water are we talking about here?
Oh my gosh, mullein makes great toilet paper. That's a plant you can just grow right outside. Go harvest your mullein, and boom, TP it up. Yes, guys. You walked into a poop show. Get it? We're talking about poop. Oh man, we're talking about
that wasn't even funny.
We're talking about how do you prepare for a second go around.
Look at your replay
of the great Rona or the vid or whatever you want to call it. Used to use cloth diapers 30 years ago. Yeah. It's not like we would all use the same cloth at one time. And yes, I have known people that have used towels ripped in rags. Yeah. I've seen it.
If you got to do what you got to do, you got to do it. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, it's a cleaner way to live. A heated bidet. That's what you need, a heated bidet. Right there. Hey, Ryan, Heavenly Hills Homestead, how are you? Okay. Danny says, with adjustable nozzle on the hose, jet for those thicker days, shower after Taco Tuesday, and mist for the clean shots. There you go. He's got it all covered.
Wait, what?
Oh my gosh. And yeah, Ola says those phone books, and she's laughing. Wait, Troy says, okay, yes, Melody. Perplexed about the subject matter here, trying to catch up. It's either Ryan or Melody. It's because we're talking about what would you do? How would you prepare? We were thinking bidet, family
Prepare
cloth.
for what?
Prepare for the next Rona, or the next pandemic or whatever.
The next
the shutdown, lockdowns, whatever you want to call it. So let's see. Those phone books. That's hilarious. Troy said, what about the one of those car wash spinning pressure brushes? 2 HP electric motor and 2100 PSI pressure washer. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so let's get back. Let's get back on
real
track.
quick. Nancy did refresh and say it was when she was a kid and her dad offered her the newspapers because they ran out of the TP. It wasn't when she was a private investigator looking for the chupacabra.
Okay, well, you know what? That makes me feel so much better.
Story.
Yeah.
Although my story was better.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. Some people are into the dad jokes.
Yes, I am, Tanya.
We got a Susanna Lynn.
Gambians use a tea kettle to rinse the booty.
Is this your aunt?
Where is it? Susanna Lynn. Oh my word. Yes, it is. You know, poop is a normal family conversation with us oldsters. Yes, it is a conversation. We need to have these conversations.
We need to eat more fiber.
Looks like I'll be foraging seeds. There you go. Rick's going to grow some mullein so that he can have good TP naturally grown. Or everybody's going to have to start eating corn. I did buy corn at the store yesterday.
Wait a minute.
Weirdest conversations you've ever been a part of, Gary. Yes, that's what he said. The Gambians use a tea kettle to rinse the booty. Is it just considered a booty kettle? Or they don't use it for actual tea, do they? Like what happens if you're making tea and it's hot, but you got to go number 2? Do you have to get a second? Because I imagine
what
that's
if you're waiting for your tea and then,
it hits you.
Jim Bob or whatever the Gambian guy's name is. I don't know what Gambian names are, but if he just is getting ready to finish, you know how you keep asking your kids, you're like, are you almost done?
Yeah.
And it keeps going on.
But if you've already got a hot kettle, what do you do?
Tea time is pushed back.
Maybe you don't drink hot tea over there. Okay. Let me give this a shot. We actually have a bidet in our home base, not the island one. There you go. How do you go along? How do you going to use that bidet when the water is no longer running?
There you go. So this is a legit question.
What would you all use?
Tish is tired of your
goofing,
tomfoolery, and dad jokes.
Nope.
And she wants to know.
Drops wants to know how you're going to use it without the water running though. Is there a pump bidet we can get?
You want me to?
Could you make me one?
You want me to hook it up to the bilge pump?
I don't know what that means.
The red thing that you.
That's a good idea.
Is it?
I don't know.
Do you want that shot into your booty?
I don't know. Let's see. When I was a PI, I did have to use other ways to go to the bathroom while in a case. See, I knew it, Nancy. Let's see. A lot of people from the Middle East use a jug by the toilet to rinse. There you go. What would you use?
Make your own family cloth with some flannel.
Yep. That's what I've heard.
I mean, look, here's the thing. And
I feel like honestly, if it came down to it, that's what I had prepared myself to do if we had no more toilet paper.
Are you pouring it on yourself? You want me to pour it on you?
What?
Oh, you're talking about the family cloth?
I'm talking about the family cloth.
I thought you were talking about the tea kettle.
Because I already have a container. I already have a container that used to put cloth diapers in. I still have that metal container. That's why I haven't gotten rid of my metal container, the cloth diaper trash can that I used to always use. Because I figured if it came to it, then especially you and Aunt Barb, and I figured if it came down to it, we could use that to put family cloth in. I would then wash that stuff and then go from there. I was just not going to, I didn't want to take a chance of putting it into a regular because I needed something that was going to hold the stench in if we needed to. But your mom said that when she was doing cloth diapers back when you guys were little, she had a bucket. It was like a wet bucket, and she would put the cloth diapers in there after she rinsed. Just saying. They just don't get it mixed up. Yeah. How are you going to use a bidet? Are you on a well? We are not on a well.
Not on a well. We got to use our manual bilge pump.
We'll have to just use family cloth. That's what it'll be. If you ran out of toilet paper, what would you do? When we own a homestaying channel, we're talking about poop. Imagine that. Yeah, totally acceptable.
Well, it's interesting. 2 years ago, there was a guy, and I can't remember his name. He was down in San Antonio. I believe this was that first really bad winter that we had where we had 0-degree weather for like a week and a half, and they had no power down there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So he had to get his Home Depot bucket.
Yeah.
And he didn't live out in the country now.
Well, I'm going to get one of those. I'm going to get 2 of them, actually. 2 of those Home Depot toilet lid things that you can the bucket lid, the toilet lids that you can put on top of a bucket, because I've seen them. They're super easy, and I need to have at least 2 of them.
See,
So you need a well.
real quick about this. We're like in a desert. There is no well.
It wouldn't be a smart thing to try to do a well here.
Yeah,
and did you see what
no
Rick
well.
said though?
What?
And see, Rick, this is a true statement. This is something that you can do when, other people, when you have a smaller family. So we always have 2 to 3 cases of toilet paper and paper towels. So when the vid hit, I realized we were prepped. I just like to buy 1 to 2 times a year. The problem is that 1 to 2 cases of toilet paper for us wouldn't last us.
Because we have 2 girls and they use a lot.
No.
Continue.
And we have a 7-year-old and we have a 9-year-old. There's just a lot of us.
You know what? This is actually a good idea from Aunt Sue.
What? Oh, yeah. Kind of.
Are they reusable?
I don't know. I've never had one. But you know what? Those bottles that they give you when you are at the when you have a baby, they give these little bottles.
Yeah,
and they put warm water on your girl parts because anyway, there's kids in here. But anyway, that being said, you could use those. Yeah, just a water bottle to squeeze water on. That's a good idea. His and hers Home Depot buckets. Yes, drops. Me and my daughter have their own. We'll let all the boys have their own one. Hey, Sherman's Family Farm, how are you? We're talking about what do you do if there is another situation where they're shut things down or there's a big pandemic? How do you prepare for that? Because mentally, I feel like we're more prepared this time around if there was one. So how do you do it? I can't even process the thought. Look, they're like, no.
So let me ask you this. Do you think, like, if you had to pick one thing that you felt like people were losing their mind about on the first go round, what do you think it was? Do you think it was toilet paper?
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
If you had to like label 1 to 10.
Yeah.
1 being what people lost their mind about most, 10, didn't really care
probably
that
toilet
much.
Paper.
You think toilet paper was up there?
Probably.
Okay.
And so there you go. Tish says, who has the pleasure of doing everyone's family cloth? That would probably be me, Tish. Probably be me. Susanna says, store up on baby wipes. I do have a bunch of baby wipes because they do a lot. Compost the family cloth and use it on your garden in a couple of years. There you go. That's possible. And Roberta has a good point. So she does say, I let my grandkids pick out the fabric prints they like, and they prefer to come to use my composting toilet and family cloth than the actual traditional toilet and tissue paper in the main house. That's kind of cool. I mean, I imagine family cloth is a bunch more soft, it's a bunch of soft. And yes, she said handheld bidet. She said, yes, the douche bottles are reusable for only water. They squirt fairly hard. So there you go. My college son loves the bidet. See? The bidet for the win, as long as you have power. You don't have power. But we're talking about just in general.
They got battery operated bidets.
We're just talking about general lockdowns. We're not talking about like completely going off grid and the power goes out. Now, if something like that happens, you need to be prepared for that too.
Yeah.
Personal water tower gives you water pressure and backup supply. It's true. You did say hi to Sherman's, right?
You did.
Okay, good. And then it says, I thought it was gross at first too, but when I decided to give it a try, I loved it more than tissue paper. See? And it makes sense. It's just like the bidet.
What I'm weirded out about is more the cleanup.
Because have you never rinsed out a cloth diaper?
You know that I have. Come on.
Exactly. So that's what you do. You know how many times we've rinsed out underwear? First of all, yes, it's disgusting and filthy and it makes you feel disgusting and gross. However, you rinse off. But when you put it in there, though, here's the thing. When you put it in, there's Nancy said what she's the fear of not having food. Yeah. Yeah.
Keep going.
When you put it in the bucket of water, though, all that stuff's going to break down. So really, if you just kind of rinse out the bucket with the in there, you could really dump it on a piece of concrete or something, rinse some of that off, and then go put it in your washer. So I don't know that it wouldn't be that nasty. Yeah, remember your marriage of heart. TP always goes first in blizzard warnings. It's very true. So Nancy said fear of not having food. That was a really big concern for her. And then other people, fear of not having food. They bought a lot of people, using, what did he say? Set us all up people buying paper when I was buying snacks. We usually keep 200 plus rolls around here. Yeah, I mean, we usually keep toilet paper too, but it happened to be my normal shopping week. So Eric was like, heads up, going to be a lockdown. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have some things that I actually need. Yeah.
Well, so yeah, I think to me the food was the bigger thing. And
yeah,
I would say I felt relatively comfortable with what we had.
It's just like washing your undies. Exactly. See, there you go. Maybe it's not as gross as
you use a pump sprayer. That's true.
There you go. Bottom line is, what does your dad say? Come on, click it. You need to start stockpiling all of the ad paper that we get in the mail. We burn that for the winter season, Dave. I wash with baking soda and a few drops of essential oils. Yeah, I already use baking soda and stuff like that in my wash anyway. So boom, right there. But if you use a bidet, then the cloth, you're just drying it, not wiping any poo. See? True. Right there. Even better. Good night. See you later. Bye.
Good seeing you in here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Yeah, and you can see that's the thing. Drop says we can every week. Oh, John and Sarah left for the poop discussion. You missed that.
They took a shower.
Great. They did take a shower. That's right. But yeah, bottom line, good catch, Roberta. Good catch. Definitely a dad joke. He's a dad.
So going back to me, the number one item was food.
Food. I mean, and Brampton Gardner said she stockpiles like yeast. She has a bunch of yeast, and that's true. I did buy yeast after that. That was one of the things that I actually have now. I actually have several packages, like blocks, like bricks of yeast stored up, so that in case I need. Now I also know how to make breads and things without yeast, like rolls and things like that. But that's something I really did stock up on. Oh yes, I will. And females do need to stock up on things like that too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, it's one thing to be able to store up food. It's another thing to be able to make things.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you have all your food grade buckets or whatever filled with flour and or yeast and or whatever it is, even if you're not. So for me, I'm not a big bread person. I try not to eat it. But the thing is that you have to remember when you go into lockdown or food restrictions or whatever it may be. And again, it's weird because before a couple years ago when this happened, I would have never thought in my wildest imagination that anything would ever happen like that.
Yeah.
And that was actually a very scary thing for me to go into a Walmart and see people truly looking at meats and just buying whatever they could get. Because, I mean,
yeah,
most, which I thought was interesting, that people have made pork to be a bad meat. And if you went to the pork section, there was plenty of that in there.
Yep.
However, the beef was relatively gone. The chicken absolutely was gone.
Yep.
And I think that for whoever's out there, you can always look at the option of raising different animals. We have a couple of different videos out there of raising rabbits in the house. You can raise quail in the house.
Yeah.
Those are small animals that are relatively quiet that you could kind of work.
You can come in. He just needs to grab some milk real quick.
That you could easily raise in your house and or underneath the patio, or the porch or whatever you have out back. Most of those animals, as we're finding, like in the rabbit world, that we've recently bought into the Tamooks, which is acronym for basically
Texas A&M University.
Yeah, they're basically just crossbred rabbits that are made to withstand heat.
Yep.
And so cold temperatures typically aren't bad, but for
Night Tish, thanks for coming in.
But again, I mean, this is where it comes time to really educate yourself to understand what you would do. And that's just like any other situation that you put yourself in. Like last week when we were talking about Jocelyn and, possibly being stolen out of a hotel.
Yeah.
If you prepare for the worst or try to get yourself situationally aware of what's happening, usually you can figure out a way through it. God has given us the ability to think.
Yeah. Well, I think that's important too, to think that, to remember that in all of that, we need to heed the wisdom from the Holy Spirit and heed that common sense that the Holy Spirit gives us, So there you go. Roberta does say beef isn't so healthy. Cows are fed corn and unnatural food for them, given antibiotics for their mastitis that have like pus gets in milk. Yep. And they're given shots for this and that. And she makes a really good point that most of the time the beef that they're selling in the store is not healthy for you. And so therefore I would highly encourage you to find grass-fed, locally grown beef from your local farmers. Most local farmers, smaller farmers that raise a manageable amount of cattle, and they raise specifically, they are taking very good care of their cattle. They're not always feeding corn. We don't feed corn. We don't feed grains to our animals. We only feed grains is grass, but grains? No, not grains. No, we don't feed corn and things like that. The only time if they get corn would be in a cattle cube. I think they have a small amount of corn in a cattle cube. Maybe I have to look at that, but they get them as treats, and they don't get them all the time. Cattle cubes are definitely unnatural, but they're only to move them when we need them to move. They don't get them every day. They don't get them every month. They get them on special occasions only. It's like candy for them. So it's one of those things that if you have knowledge about what you're eating and what you're putting in your body, and do like Dropsiz, he just said that, they have people, they do it like this. They're the chicken farmer. They have a hog, goat, and cow farmers down the road. You buy and trade from, you barter, getting yourself prepared. Just like Rick said, hone your skills, prepare the best you can. We're smart people and we'll be fine. And I think that's more than anything this time. I'm really realizing that, hey, Aaron, how are you? Thanks for coming in. I think that's one of the things is, just if you are feeling more knowledgeable this time, knowledge is definitely power. And it's important for you to have that knowledge and feel powerful when you feel these things coming your way and you're not worried about stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All the frozen foods will go bad when the cut out power. We need to can or dry preserve the foods we can. So that's one of the things I've been practicing too, is really making sure and preparing. I take all the stuff out of my freezer as much as possible, and I'm putting them in jars. So I am trying. Hey, Jen, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Good Times Homestead. Love her. And Steve. Anyway, having the animals, having yourself prepared, having the knowledge, that's super important. So for sure.
And, and it goes back to what we were talking about earlier with whatever stance you have on shutdowns and the Rona and stuff like that. It's all what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
And there's some people that are comfortable eating grain-fed cows as long as they know what kind of grains are being fed, whatever it is. Our preference is not, just because of the cost, obviously, is a huge piece of it, but because we just try to raise everything as natural as we can. But as we found when we started processing our own pigs, that is also the same thing that we found, was that when you look at what's in the store compared to what you process on the farm, it's two completely different looking products. It looks
so different. Like, I thought pork was like white. You know how they say pork is the other white meat. Okay, guys, pork is not white. Pork is not white. It is deep, deep red. It looks like a beautiful, beautiful steak. It is absolutely beautiful, and it's red when it's done right. And Brampton Gardener, I need more storage too. I'm always fine. Like, I literally have an entire floor covered with jars and canned goods back and forth. I'm putting them up and down, and we just ate the last little bit. Last night I used the last little bit of my canned spaghetti sauce. I was like kind of proud of myself, because the spaghetti sauce I used last night for dinner was made in, I think, March of 2022. I was very excited. So I was eating a jar of spaghetti sauce from March of 2022, and I immediately, as soon as I pulled that out, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the last of it. I used 4 pounds of ground beef from our freezer, and I was able to put 3-quart jars and 1 pint jar back into my pantry of spaghetti sauce that tasted pretty good. Eric said it was a good one last night, because sometimes, things just always taste the same, seasoning wise. So I put it back in the pantry last night, and I know I have at least 3 more jars in there and a smaller one for the future. So I'll be doing that more and more, because it's important to have. It's important to know that we've got that there, especially if we lose power. Now, if we have a tornado come through here, we could possibly lose everything. And that's a rare possibility. If we had a fire, we would lose all these things. So I'm not depending on them to, be my safety net for everything, because it's possible that those things could go bad, or not be usable. But it's nice to have that in case of an emergency where we do lose power, or we have a lockdown, shut down, a shut in, whatever it is. We are in our house and we have some of the foods we need. And if I have to make family cloth, I will.
Okay.
But I also have,
that was a long monologue.
But I also have blankets, and I also have extra things like that, because if we were stuck where, it was going to be winter, we would have to we have wood, we have access to heat. But if I needed to, do you know how to take care of your family in a situation where if it's cold outside, what do you do? And I know Eric always says it doesn't get cold in Texas, but it gets cold in Texas. And if we needed to go without power, if we were out with power and it was, winter, what will we do? Well, I have lots of ways to keep the heat inside. And I've thought about that many times too. So I think mentally being prepared too. And yeah, it does bring peace of mind, however we prepare. Exactly. It's important to always, like Andale says on her Instagram, always be ready. It's important. She just wants you to be ready, and you should be ready. So, that's one of those things. Put the tent up in the living room, keeps the heat in. That's exactly what I had thought about, Jen. You actually can take sheets and put them up in your doorways too, to keep the heat from leaving that room. Now we have these really high arches in our living room, but we could still cut them off from the rest of the house. I know we could, because when we painted the living room, we did it with some plastic sheeting. So I know we could do it if we needed to. We have a gas fireplace, don't want to deal with negative 20 degree and no powers. Exactly. We have a wood stove and we know how to handle it. We know how to clean it and take care of it and maintain it. So that's what we use. So yeah. I'm not looking forward to digging post holes manually again. We do it anyway. Well, I don't do it. They do it manually anyway. So yeah, we just don't dig for posts in the summer because it's not possible.
Well,
it's like concrete out there.
And the thing is too, that
like concrete,
that looking at that, I was just talking to some folks at work the other day about this, is if that were to happen again, you have to be wise over what you're raising.
Yeah.
So honestly, calves would be the first thing I get rid of, because it takes too long to get a calf, and it takes too long for them to grow out.
Well, I think that we have a smart plan though, because if we had something like that, we have plenty of cattle to keep us going for a little bit. So we would actually have cattle. We would have beef for years at the rate we're going right now with what we have, because depending on how long we could keep them, you know what I mean? If we had the ability to keep a few for years on this property, we would have that. It's just important to know. I lived like that one winter. I had no income and no power. Sleeping bags tacked up and separate in the living room from the rest of the house. The room had a fireplace. I cut and burned wood. You got to do what you got to do. And there's no shame in that. I think that's phenomenal that you had enough knowledge and enough power in your might to do that, because that takes strength, truly, that the Lord will give you strength. Jackie, you missed all the fun.
What are we talking about?
Back to the Future. We talked about
Jen's got it right here.
Staying alive right now. Right there. See, she did it. Dancing. And the disco ball.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you, Jen. No. By the way, before we get into anything else, I'd like to say, hi, Ember. Have a good night's sleep, sweetie. I hope you're doing well. Okay. Let's see. We would be trapping squirrels. Yeah. Trapping squirrels. Having animals get out there, you getting small animals you needed to. I struggle. I'm a city girl. Yes, Nicole, you will struggle with that. Yes, you would.
Yeah, but I think that, when you're faced with survival,
you won't struggle.
You're going to figure out a way.
Yep.
Or you're going to die.
Well, I feel like Mindy has come into that. So my sister lives here. And when she first moved here, she wouldn't even really be. You got the eye roll smirk. Oh, yay. When Mindy first got here, I think she didn't really want to be in the presence of us processing our animals. And now she's like, when are you doing roosters again? Do you know? Because we got to get ours done. We got to get them done. And she's ready to get her hands dirty, if you will. And not because she's just over it, but because she realizes that this is going to put food on her table, because every penny she puts out for their survival of these animals is money out of her pocket, but it could be food in her belly. So I think that you really do come full circle with that. And you might struggle for a second, but when it is for your survival, if you're a mom, you'll do whatever it takes, girl. And I think you realize when you're a parent, it really kicks you into gear as well. You'll do whatever it takes to keep your children safe, fed, warm, cold, whatever it is, whatever they need, you'll do what they need. Are you getting emotional? No, not at all.
It seemed like you were getting ready to
My back is really hurting, but still. I'm going to have to go take some medicine. I'm going to take some. No, I'm just not going to.
Monica Lynn.
We were talking about oxycodone or Oxycontin earlier, and that movie Painkiller. You got to go back to the beginning and watch that part. Anyway, no, I've already got a plan to take the Beavers Lodge away from the Beavers when things get tough. And I ain't got no one going to find us there. There you go, Ryan. Ryan's got a plan.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. No, I mean, I think that the good thing is that we have a plan. You know, speaking of plan, I was wanting to talk about, I think it's important too, if you raise more than one type of animal, or if you raise animals on your homestead, one of the things that we're going to do a video on soon, and I think it was really interesting because I wanted to see what you guys thought about it, was when do you know when it's time to replace your herd or replace your cycle through your animals? And that's one of the things we're going to do a video on, and we want to discuss with people is, when do you do it? Look, they have a lot of squirrels and feral cats. We ain't going hungry. I cannot see John out there bringing in a feral cat being like, Sarah, honey, when you're finished with your herbal teas, could you fry this up for me? And she'd be like, no.
Hey, you don't know.
She is so sweet. I bet you she would. She'd be like, bring it in, John.
She was
you think she puts on country accent? And she
was in the military. She served, I believe, over in the Middle East. This is a person who can survive.
I think she's hardcore, but she's so soft-spoken. Like, I can't even imagine.
Don't be fooled by people like that.
The soft-spoken ones are the ones you need to watch for.
You better watch out.
Like,
you know who the most dangerous person is in this chat?
Jocelyn.
And Dale.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's going to sucker you in with being really nice.
That's when she just
got you.
Get you in. Love you too, Jocelyn. When they get on your nerves, #Rosebud. Yeah. So no, how do you know when to get rid of the next, animal, or how do you know when to cycle through? You really have to start paying attention to those things and knowing. And that's one of the things. I guess I have a lot of my chickens and ducks that are too old. Some of them are probably not even laying eggs anymore. I got to know when to get rid of them. I got to know to cycle through. So it's one of those things that I'm really trying to figure out. And as a farm, as a homestead, we're trying to figure that out. We love Andale too. She's awesome. Let's see. Jackie said, I remember one winter when the snow gave us power outage in Rockville, Maryland. And luckily we had a gas furnace, but that doesn't blow heat. So we warmed up water on the stove and lit the oven and had the door open. In Maryland, we did that too. We had the door open. Whenever we would cook something, we would just leave the door open afterwards and it would just heat the whole house.
We still do that down here.
Well, we do, but we did it a lot in Maryland when we first got married because it was a cold place. It was really cold. The heat just didn't keep up. I'm on the coast. The Atlantic holds a lot of food. Yeah, it does. The ocean has a lot of food. Speaking of that, I heard some weird stuff about Japan letting off some of their held up radiated water from the Fukushima thing. And Japan is releasing it into the Pacific, into the ocean.
What?
And China, in all their great wisdom, said, we're going to be done taking seafood from you guys now, just FYI. So apparently China is Japan's biggest purchaser of seafood, and China has just now cut off seafood buying from Japan. But Americans are like, let's eat Japanese seafood. I don't know. I'm just like, wowzers. So keep your ears and your eyes open, people, because I don't know what's coming up the pipeline, but I may not be eating any more crabs because, woo. Yeah, see, Andale means business. Also for light, we lit candles and put on foil and a mirror behind them and huddled up in the living room. Gotta do what you gotta do. Andale talks about that all the time over on Instagram. We gotta eat some of those new roosters, little meanies. Yes, ma'am. You just get them up, put them in the stew pot. There you go. Same with cows and respect to hogs. Yes. And then what did Brampton Gardner say? She said, so many millions of people here, it'd be hard to even get the squirrels. Thankfully, a lot of them vegetarians. There you go. Godzilla. It could be happening over there in Japan right now once they release that water from Fukushima. But what do you do with the laying heads when they're too skinny to cook? They're never too skinny to cook, Andale. That's what I have to say. Do you know why? Do you know why they're never too skinny to cook? Because they have bones, and them bones make bone broth. So they are always big enough to use for bone broth or whatever you're cooking up. Hey, Lori, how are you? I have not seen that, but it wouldn't be surprising. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Sushi will be lit. It'll be glowing. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Feed them corn and mealworms. What the chickens? I guess so. Oh, Jackie, you might be moving back to Maryland in February. Wow. Are you safe where you are? You're in Florida, right? Is she safe where she is? I hope you're safe. I have family there in Florida, and they seem to be okay right now. Can the meat. I'm canning meat as we speak. Well, yesterday I was. Cottonwood Ranch. How are you, Raquel? Yeah, we have been canning meat. We've been canning everything. Everything we can. We've been canning, but not dancing. The can. Just canning things. Just let the chickens run the streets in Africa. They all skinny. Yeah, They just let them run. They do.
Well, and
They do.
I think that again, that's where you've been conditioned
to think that you can't eat a certain.
To think that a chicken
Okay,
has
good,
to
Jackie.
have enormous. It's got to have big chicken breasts. There you go.
Oh, it's got to be a thicker bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be worth anything.
Yeah, but you know, it's like the neighbor of ours. She's originally from France, and they make what is that stew or whatever they make out of the roosters. Remember she made it and gave us some?
I cannot remember now.
And that's the whole reason they use the rooster.
Oh, all you need is the sauce. All you need for the chicken is the sauce. Just put the sauce on top. It is so good. Mwah, sauce. I hope Anne's not in here. Not Anne Dale, but the other Anne, little Frenchie. She's in France right now, so she's not in here. Man, I'm so good now because I would be really doing her injustice if she was in here listening to my terrible French accent.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So Jackie is way west of the hurricane, by the way.
Good. I just saw that. Very nice. If you want some fun conspiracy news with a Christian spin, check out Sunday Cool Teas. Sunday Cool Ninjas or Butterflies. I love them, guys. They're so funny. Say it. Say what? Say woot. Woot. Say woot.
Brampton Gardens heading off
tonight. Good night, Brampton Gardner.
Getting night time.
We've been. It's true. It's true, Rochelle. We've all been conditioned for large breasts, and the problem is that they can have regular or small breasts and still be just as worthy of your time. Just saying. Just remember that.
Yeah. Well,
wisdom from Monica.
I'm sorry. Did you say something about the bone broth? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, again,
make broth.
How healthy that is for you.
Yeah. Eric was gonna say I wanted my chicken to have big breaststroke, but yes. The internet is France too. She's not, but it's different time of day. She's not going to be on the internets right now. She's not going to come over here. She's got a girl. She's not going to come over here and see us. I mean, maybe she will. And if she is, I'm in so much trouble because it was a bad French accent. Bad. There, she said it. I did say it. The kohlrabi I grew was so big, I made 3-gallon bags of it to freeze. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to eat the kohlrabi? What do you do with kohlrabi? I just like saying kohlrabi.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a vegetable. Yeah, kohlrabi was awesome, Ryan. Yeah. Cornish cross chickens you buy in the store are mostly roosters. Yep, that's true.
Oh, really?
Probably because they grow probably faster than some of the girls. I mean, I don't know. We've had them. We've seen them and grow. And they all just grow about the same, but you never know.
Oh, well, yeah, the Cornish cross. I mean, that's...
They sell for $1 here. We can get them for $1 here. Each one to raise his meat. The Cornish cross. That's like trying to say Tish Ross. Tish Ross. Cornish cross. It's backwards. Tish Ross. Cornish
well, that
cross.
particular breed, though, yeah, that's the way that they grow. But
good night, Cape Cod. I mean, thank you so much.
I mean, the thing.
Coco Alvin. That's what it was.
What does that mean?
That's what it was. Coco.
Well, I don't know what.
Coco Alvin. Rick just said it. That's the rooster stuff that she made. Coco Alvin. It was Coco Alvin, I think is what it was. That's why I was saying it. He said it. Good night, Rick. Thank you for saying that. Talk my brain. Yes, Danny, those chickens be thick. It's exactly true. Orpington take a lot longer, but they are good meat chickens. It's true. I know what you meant.
I guess
you meant breasts.
Nicole Smith is going to be on Ryan's live.
Yes, I saw that. Cute picture too. Yes, on Tuesday. Make sure you check out over there at Heavenly Hills Homestead. It'll be fun because Nicole's hilarious. She's funny. And Two Doves says, I like big breasts and I cannot lie.
Who?
That's John for sure, which is funny because he's usually the ones on here, which is hilarious. Oh my gosh. Yes. Don't forget to check out Ryan over there on Heavenly Hills Homestead on Tuesday with Nicole Smith Gardening as his guest. Oh my gosh. That's cracking me up.
Oh, Brampton Garden decided to hang around just so she could correct her.
Oh, did she?
Wording, yeah.
Coco Alvin.
What are you doing with your lips?
That's how the French talk.
No, I've never seen any French person perch their lips like that.
Maybe you just don't know it. Maybe you just never really looked at them.
Can you pull up?
No, I'm not pulling up Anne. You're right. She doesn't do that.
Okay. I mean, let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
Little Frenchie doesn't talk like that.
There's a guy that turned Cornish cross hens into
breeding hens.
Breeding hens.
Straight meat chickens.
Straight meat chickens.
There you go.
Right. Wow.
I'll be there for sure. You know, Branton Gardner will be there and encouraging her bestie.
They're besties?
Yeah. At least internet besties, from what I hear.
Okay.
Yeah. Australorps and Bufforps are good dual meat egg birds. Yeah, and then American Breese or Breesy or whatever it's called. Yeah, those two. Oh, Kevin over at Hiking with Jackie Boys headed to Marfa, Texas tomorrow. Oh, that's the one with the lights, the alien lights.
Oh, alien lights.
Yes. Speaking of which, did you see the super blue moon last night? It was like rare and beautiful and big. Totally missed it because I stayed inside.
Stop with the all.
Oh, there's no all. It's just Coco Vin.
Why is she getting like aggressive? That's passive.
You
aggressive.
stop it with the all.
Yeah, you stop. It's our live. We can say it however we want.
Yeah, it's Coco Alvin.
There you go. You
Coco,
keep it in there. You show her. You show her. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for stopping in, Lori. We appreciate you. We do.
Well, go back and check out our poop conversation.
It was fun.
Was it? Did you have a good time with that?
It was great.
Okay.
I've been watching a new channel called Allegheny Homestead. It reminds me of Maryland. It makes me homesick. This girl makes everything from scratch, even ketchup and beer, bread, all of it.
Wow.
Ooh, ketchup. Easy. Ketchup's not hard to make. It's just a matter of if the little goblins love it or not. Goblins be gobbling up their food.
I'm sorry. Who are the goblins in this?
The little kids be gobbling up the food. Anyway.
Is that what we refer to them as?
I just did just then. I don't know. My back's hurting me now, so it's like really it's getting intense.
All right.
Good night, Lori. Marfa will be 20 degrees cooler. It was cold. Not cold. It was cooler today. Got down to this morning it was like in the 80s for a long time. Then it was in the 90s for a really long time. And it didn't even get to 100 until like 3:30 today. It was awesome.
Win the poop high.
You got to get a link to that because I tried to breed Cornish cross and they eventually died from being too big. And none of them chicks survived past 24 hours. So I'd like to learn when I messed up one. Okay. The Cornish cross are amazing and they're not bad to raise. You just have to keep them out of their own feces because they just like fall down on their feces and you can't feed them constant. You should try to raise the American Breese. They're going to be more of a dual purpose and that's going to be a good thing. Yes. Yeah. Goblins don't like homemade ketchup, brats. Yeah, kind of. They're really picky with their ketchup. It's true. We add a lot of our food to avoid too much salt. Will you make a lot of your food too? Yeah. And see, I don't add salt to like anything. Poor Eric. He has to add salt to all his stuff because when I cook, I don't add salt to my stuff. So yeah.
I mean, you
depends on how fast it is to make, how long it lasts, and how hard it is. Yeah. Like the mayonnaise. Did you guys see my video from the mayonnaise challenge that Good Times Homestead with Jen and Steve? Jen, who's in here, she posted a video of making your own mayonnaise.
What's wrong with your eye?
And it was awesome. I was winking. And can you wink without opening your mouth? Or without moving your mouth? That's weird. Okay, anyway. Is everybody else doing it with us? Okay.
Ooh. That was like rapid fire eye blinking.
Anyway, she made mayonnaise and then I made mayonnaise and it was super easy to make. The kids didn't love it in tuna fish, but I feel like we could try to make it a little tastier. So I'm going to keep trying it. Once my ducks outside try to start laying eggs again, my chicken and ducks are a bunch of freeloaders and they're stopped laying right now. Jerks.
Did you know that salting food is biblical?
I always bring the salt. I just don't put it all in my food. But I always stay salty. Oh, but you can use other mixers, I think. I think you can use your hands like that, or like a mixer like the one where you're holding like this and you hit the button, you're like, and it's just like that. I think you can use one of those too. Yeah. Jen, will you do a video on like that? Have you ever used one of those hand mixers?
You're going to wind up making like meringue.
No, I don't think so. The secret to good mayo is to add lots of lemon juice. Okay, good to know, Drops. I did add lemon juice. No, I didn't add lemon juice. Yes, I did. I don't remember. I have to go back and look at my video. A whole egg. We used the whole egg, Drops. It was awesome. It was so good. That's called an egg beater. Yes, I tried mayo twice. It was awful. I guess I used the wrong oil. Yes, you may have used the wrong oil. I did get one of those manual ones, like a manual egg beater thing. It's over here somewhere. I was really excited when I got it. I don't know where I
Oh, the
put it
one where
now.
you like press down and
Yes. Where'd it go? Oh, it's in the closet. Anyway, it's for when we lose power and have to live off grid forever, which may never happen, but it might happen. And now, if it does happen, I have a beater. And you take it and you just go. You don't have to hold it. You probably have to hold it. And you go and you push down on it and it goes and it beats it faster than your hands. And I got it so that if I need to make mayonnaise, I could use it and I wouldn't have to have a or a thing like I had before. KitchenAid handheld mixer.
I just want to let you know that
my sound effects are excellent.
They're on point.
I know.
I mean, there's some quality.
I know.
Did you just sling your hair?
Yes.
Okay. You don't even be getting cocky about it.
But I do have one of those things.
Yes.
And I don't know where it is, but I don't want to twist my back to look.
And it goes back to what we were talking about, making what you can, especially if you're off
power,
off the grid,
yeah. There you go. Drop says basic formula: 1 egg, 1 cup of all your choice. 1 egg to 1 cup of oil, your choice of lemon juice. Basic. I did add some extra things. Regina says the best I found for homemade mayo is grapeseed oil. That's what I used, and it was pretty good. I don't think it was the grapeseed oil that the kids didn't like. I think it was like the lack of some extra flavors. So I did use a little honey mustard. I think I might need to add some more. And Gary said, I bought a hand crank radio that you can plug your phone into charging. That's really cool. We have a few of those too, Garrett. I really like them.
And Dale is asking for some of your energy.
You can have some. I will actually crash in about probably about 30 minutes or so. So doesn't last that long, Ian. On Tuesdays, I last a little longer. Good night, Aaron.
Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jen, for my, And Ann, right now, I'm actually just in a lot of pain. So I'm just going from the pain. I'm just going right through it.
What exactly is Jen trying to get out with these? Oh.
That's my.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I wasn't really sure what was happening there.
I know.
But I got it now.
I know. Grapeseed oil, not that good. Makes your arthritis worse.
Really?
Well, I don't have arthritis that I know of yet, but I could. And I should probably not use it. And do not use do not use grapeseed oil. It makes your arthritis worse.
Did you know that?
I did not, but he just said that. So I'm telling Ann now because I know she deals with arthritis problems. Gary, did you know you can recharge your batteries with a raw potato? Try that one, Garrett. Let's see. Yeah. You're crashing. Yeah, that's I'm going to crash. It's going to be about 15 after 10. And I'm probably going to crash. I've already got everything ready for my co-op tomorrow. I have all the items that I need to copy for class. Doing a meteorology class. I'm super excited. Called Storm Chasing / sorry to spit on you. Meteorology.
You launched it out.
Sound effects to text. Yes.
Wait, you can do that? Nuh-uh.
I don't know.
No, you can't. Where's my phone? I'm doing that right now.
You can't text your sound effects.
Try that mess.
What? Sound effect? Oh, wait, no. I'm just getting a thing from...
Yeah.
Getting a thing from
Rochelle. Is she sending special private messages while we're trying to have live here?
Oh, this was earlier.
Turmeric is good for arthritis. I didn't know that.
I don't know when she sent this. I'm about to go back and look.
I haven't noticed it causing any problems.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
now you know. Turmeric is good for arthritis. I do know that, and I have turmeric.
I wonder if it's like a low-key thing. It's interesting that,
Nope, didn't work. Did you voice text?
She did.
Let's see if it works. I'm going to voice text you.
Let's see. Okay, so we're going to move into our next topic of discussion, which is do
voice
sound
texting.
Effects go into...
Okay, ready? Doesn't work. It just came out to just. That's it. Just.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Whoever said it worked.
It was John. He tricked us into trying it out. Wait, spinach is good for joint pain, Jackie says. And we could put turmeric in the mayo, but then it would be bright yellow.
I don't know.
That might not be good.
The
ginger root, good for inflammation. True, Kevin. Very true.
I'm all about spinach. I'm all about ginger root. Not sure about the turmeric.
I don't think it has much flavor. We used to take turmeric all the time.
Yeah. They hyped it up.
Well,
he's grown turmeric. That's nice.
Yeah.
Do you pronounce the R? Is it turmeric?
I think it's turmeric.
I feel like I want to throw that R in
Turmeric.
there.
Turmeric. I think it's turmeric.
Yeah.
How do you say it, guys? Turmeric or turmeric? Ginger's also good for stomach issues. It is. Cinnamon, good for blood sugar. Yes.
Hey.
My mother-in-law healed herself. Well, God healed her, but gave her wisdom to use turmeric, to use cinnamon to help heal herself from type 2 diabetes. No joke.
Off the meds.
Oh, you have to say, hey, Siri first? Are you just messing with me now? Hey, Siri. Hey, I have her turned off. She doesn't work. Hey, Siri. Text Eric.
Yeah.
I'll send this.
No, don't send.
You literally spit all over me.
I won't send it.
Text Eric. How about bzzz? Doesn't work, John. You can't say, hey, Siri, and text. Poor 7 Kid Homestead just came in and they're like, what is Monica doing? Why is she pissing to her? You guys to rewind a little bit and see us, what we're doing a few minutes ago. This will make a little more sense. By the way, turmeric. Wait, am I right? Is it turmeric or turmeric? Wait, it's turmeric? There's not a B in it, Andale. Hey, 7 Kid Homestead, what's up? It's been a crazy week. Hope you're having a great week. Yeah, it's been very interesting. We're literally spitting into our watches, talking about poop. We discussed toilet paper, bidets, how to deal with family cloth or not to deal with family cloth. Shutdowns, the vid, which is not a video, but it's another word for another thing. We talk about all kinds of stuff. It's been a real good night so far. Yeah. And now we're talking about whether it's turmeric or turmeric and whether or not you can voice text sound effects like all those things. And I think it's not right.
I don't understand what
turmeric. Jackie, that's not right. Jen says tur. All right, I gotta hear it.
Are you asking Siri how to say it?
I'm gonna ask the British guy on YouTube how to say it. Because everybody knows the British guy on YouTube says things right.
Does he?
How to pronounce.
If he's British, he probably doesn't say it right.
We should ask him how to pronounce vinaigrette or vignette. Okay. Oh, I gotta stop. Okay, ready?
Wait, a vignette? How to pronounce I think that's different.
Turmeric. Here it is. How to pronounce turmeric in French. No. Okay, ready?
Yes, I forgot.
No, it's an ad.
Seriously? Come on.
Here it is. Come on, ready? You don't announce the term. You say tomb. Not tumor, but tur. Oh my gosh. I'm going to settle this once and for all. Ready?
Roberta uses turmeric for
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this flowering plant, also known as Curcuma longa of the ginger family, the roots of which is used as a spice in cooking, and often this is a main
this guy's
spice
always
in the
right.
curry mix. So how do you go about pronouncing the name of this spice? Simply turmeric. Turmeric.
In your face.
What? He says turmeric. Oh my gosh. You got to say turmeric?
Look, Andale, wrong.
Turmeric. Apparently you're wrong, Andale.
Get her out of here.
You're fired. I don't know.
Who
Turmeric
else?
and Food Asia, while you lots of Drops knew. Drops said it was tur.
Turmeric, Jackie Sailor.
Wait for it. This lady who is a speech therapy, she says there's 2 ways to say it.
And this is my smart American accent training. In this video, we'll talk about.
Wait, why is it a 15-minute video?
She
on how
says
to say
she
it?
teaches smart American.
Also hear this word pronounced as turmeric. So we'll talk about these various pronunciations.
Wait.
In this video, we'll talk about how to pronounce the word turmeric. You'll also hear this word pronounced as turmeric. So we'll talk about the.
She says both ways are right.
And you got to watch the entire video.
Boom.
She's sucking us in.
Both ways are right. Turmeric or turmeric. Turmeric. All right, whatever. Hey, guess what?
All you need to know is Nancy loves it. That's all
Hey,
you need to
Ryan, guess what? You live in the country, bud. I'm not taking anything you say as a correct pronunciation because your accent is thick. I mean, it's thick, like gravy on a mashed potatoes. Thick.
That sounds pretty good right now.
It's thick. Nicole says right there, heard it both ways. We're in Maryland. We say Muricky in USA. No, you got to watch the video. She said, you'll hear it. She said, you'll hear it pronounced both ways, and both ways is right.
Yeah, she's wrong.
She said it's actually labeled 2 correct ways.
Well, who says she's even an expert?
She's a speech modification teacher. She teaches
That's the name of the
speech.
channel. It could be.
You know the
anything.
Appalachian dialect is the closest to proper English.
Really?
I believe it. I believe it.
Nah.
No, he's talking about like England.
Oh no, I know what he's talking about.
That's because they didn't say all their words right. They like just said broken. It was like broken American English.
You're offending
that was-
everybody that's from West Virginia in here.
I love my West Virginian people. His accent is thick.
It's thick.
It's thick.
Oh, it's thick.
It's thick
gravy's
like
on
a-
mashed potato.
Like a Cornish cross breast meat. That's thick. Meat chickens.
I don't think you were
Thick.
supposed to say that.
Cornish cross breast meat thick? No, he's got a thick accent. Anybody in here have ever seen or heard Heavenly Hills Homestead? If you haven't, you need to go there right now. You need to listen to some of his videos, and you need to come back here and tell me
Just put the
how
put-
thick
put
is
captions.
Ryan's accent.
Put the captions on.
From 1 to 10, he's at a 10. Thick accent. I'm just saying. He's a 10.
Nah.
I don't even know what is Roberta saying. Calendula. That's what I say. Calendula. I got that. I got you, girl. I clean it up for YouTube. If you talk to me, it's really bad. We have talked to you.
We've been on the phone.
We know.
We talked about.
You have
Trapping.
a thick accent.
Well, why did you get deeper with what you were trying to say?
Calendula. It's just like it's spelled.
Why?
Yeah.
Go back to why you got real deep with that.
Because he's a guy. He's got a deep, thick accent. Trust me. Everybody go over there and listen to Ryan. Go watch his interview on Tuesday. He's going to be thinking about this conversation right now. He's going to be like, oh, dag it. I got to get my accent good. I got to clean it up even more now. Oh my gosh. I can't even handle it. Wait, I like how the Brits say oregano. Calendula, just like it's spelled. I don't hear a thing wrong with it. We speak the same language. Andale says yes. No, I didn't say there's anything wrong with it. Not anything at all wrong with his accent. It's just very thick. It's a 10. 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10. He's at a 10. From 1 to 10. 10. Accents. Boom. Ryan. Through you. What? Nuh-uh. Get out of here.
Seven Kent Homestead says technically true,
It's
but
Cockney
it's
from
not.
the South. Salt
It's not proper English. It's Cockney from the South. Salt and Rogan.
Okay, Ryan is Heavenly Hills Homestead. Hold on, let me drop you his link. Everybody's got to go over there and listen to the correct, the closest to British accent you'll hear without being in Britain, Great Britain, United Kingdom, whatever. If you want to hear what a close to Brit sounds like.
Why is he bragging about that anyway?
If you want to hear, go over and listen to a close to
a Brit. Just go over and listen to a Brit. I don't know why he's bragging about that. I'm confused.
Go check out Ryan over at Heavenly Hills Homestead. You're literally going to love his accent. It's amazing. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's just got a thick accent. He's probably got one of the thickest accents of people that I know.
Okay. So,
and we live in the South.
Okay. Here's.
Oh, no. Emma's pawpaw.
Okay. Here's somebody that has a really thick accent that's on YouTube. It's Carpenter's Self-Reliance.
Yes.
And
he does. He has a really thick accent. He's from Texas.
No, he's not in Texas.
Isn't he?
I think he's in Missouri or Arkansas, maybe. Anybody else that watches him or sees him.
Oh my gosh, he has really thick accent.
See where.
I'm going to go look and say, hold on real quick where he is. He's so fantastic. Oh, he doesn't have any about. Yeah, he's real going to be buttoned up on that one. Where is he?
Or is it Oklahoma? It's somewhere around there.
Where is he?
But yeah, now that
his 1 acre sheep pen. Did you ever see him doing his sheep pens and stuff?
No.
That's where you have trouble listening to him or hearing him because he just like, what did he say? I got to rewind.
Yeah.
Oh, see, there you go. John says he hears it every week at work. He works for British Telecom.
Oh.
And Ryan says, not bragging, just saying. He thinks you're bragging because he wishes he was in West Virginia. So he's taking it. It's hurting a little.
It hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts.
Wait, what was that?
That was a skit from Saturday Night Live with Dana Carvey and.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay. So Jen says Jerry's awesome. Yeah. You never heard of my brother and mother-in-law in Manchester then? No, we haven't. But I'm going to tell you what. Got some accent right there. Frog means French, by the way. Oh, wait. Drop. What did you say? He's probably a frog anyways. A Frenchman. You think French? I think he's French. Who from Carpenter Self-Reliance?
I'm not sure.
How our videos been doing? They're not really. Nothing really. They're just there. We actually haven't put out a full-length video in, I think, almost 2 weeks now. It's been over a week, I know, at least, maybe 2. It's been really busy. Erica's been super busy, and I've been putting out shorts, but we were putting out every single day for a while, and then we just kind of slowed down. So now that our schedules look a little bit more like regular now that my schedule is getting some more regular with school and stuff starting, I'll probably be trying to put more videos out. I've been getting a lot of footage of, is that where he is? Terry of Carpenter Self-Reliance is in South Carolina? No? Oh, I don't know.
It's not South Carolina.
He definitely has a thick accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a Brit called it that one on a frog. Okay.
Yeah, our video has been hit or miss lately. I felt like we fell out of the, what do you call that?
We rode the wave, and then the wave came down.
I mean, we're maintaining subs, which is a good thing.
We're losing subs. But then we gain a couple, and then we lose a lot, and then we gain a couple. Yeah, YouTube has been super slow. It's weird. It has been. It's very weird. Although it's funny because I've seen a couple friends of ours in the like YouTube homesteaders of YouTube page and stuff like that. They have just blown up. Some people that I follow and some people that I've seen them just their channels grow really fast. So that's awesome though, because there are a lot of channels that are small, and I feel like yes, waves are fun sometimes. I feel like there's a lot of small channels that deserve to be bigger, and I'm glad when they finally catch that wave and they're able to get to that, the larger numbers so they can make more of an impact with what they're doing and what they're saying. It's important in so many times that people are not being heard. And so I'm really glad that, there are some people that are catching that wave and getting some notoriety and some recognition that they deserve. So yeah, they really are.
Yeah. And to talk about being slow, I've noticed here recently that there's been, when you get onto the shorts department, for
like the little spin of reels of the shorts.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they'll send the same exact ones that I've already seen like 3 times.
Yeah.
Pop up. So I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's an influx of people going.
What? 7K? Are you joking me? I haven't even checked. What? That's cool. He said he had 4 videos go viral on the TikTok. He went from 400 followers on TikTok 33.5 almost overnight. Crazy on TikTok. So they need to come over here to your 770. Oh, you're at the lucky. Oh, you're at a 7. They're at 777 subscribers. That's cool. That's on 7K awesome. Homestead. I like that. That's picture worthy. Be like, anyway, because watch, you'll go from 777 to like 7,000 in a couple days. Watch. You need to tell everybody on TikTok to come over and follow you for your full length videos and all your lives and everything over here on YouTube. They're going to hopefully follow you right over. That'd be amazing. That's awesome. Congratulations. That's so cool. I really don't care anymore, to be honest. Yeah, it's true. I'm just harvesting my heirloom seeds and selling them on my website. And you have to do what works for you. Whether you want to do YouTube for the numbers or whether you want to do it just to share your knowledge. Honestly, I'm having a great time still with YouTube, and I'm having a really good time with my podcast stuff that I'm doing with my friends. And I know all of it together is working great. So I just liked it, what we're doing. Off topic, how can you get your kid who has severe anxiety and depression to get a job? Well, maybe that's the one where, well, it depends on how old the kid is. How old? Is it a teenager? Is it a young adult? And maybe that's where they look for a job that working from home gives them the confidence. There's so many things to do at home. There's so many things that you can do that you don't really have to get out of the house as much. But that's where you have to look at the severe anxiety and depression and figure out how you can kind of combat that. Seeing a Christian therapist, maybe using oils, homeopathy, natural remedies. He's 18. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you really don't want to, in my idea, I hate the idea of pushing someone that has anxiety and depression, pushing them too hard out. You want to encourage them to step out of their comfort zone sometimes, but sometimes that can cause more of that. So I think that's one of those things that Oh, look, Good Times Home said had to do it. She hated to do it since she subscribed. It was 77.7, but she subscribed. So now you're over that hump, probably. But anyway, I think that, in my opinion, I think that pushing them isn't always a good thing, but encouraging them to find something that they can do, something they can do successfully at home, might be the first step, because when they see that confidence from doing good things, creative things, from being successful at home, and that can build their confidence and maybe hopefully, combat that anxiety. And just a lot of prayers. Working from home, I told him we need to start doing silly stuff on YouTube. But it's not just YouTube. There's so many things you can do from home.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different jobs.
A lot of work now is online or working remote, if you will.
Yeah. There's got to be other options.
But, and obviously, without understanding the true picture of what people are dealing with, but I think that, I'm in the boat with drops to me that to overcome fear and anxiety and stuff like that.
That's true. Maybe the more they get out.
Sometimes you got to get out there and just make yourself do. I mean, the reality is in life, most people don't do what they really want to do. They make themselves do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to work every day.
Yeah, but
I want to go to work, but I don't want to do.
If you have severe anxiety and depression.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why.
And that's one of those things that maybe if you get to the root of the cause of the anxiety and depression, sometimes that knowledge is power and you feel a little better. I know that a couple years ago, my son, and drugs are not the answer. I agree. I would never say that either. A few years ago, my son and I were very anxious when it came time for storms. We were to the point where it was almost crippling one of my older boys. And it's been really hard. It was really hard for him. So we went to a storm class where we got to go, and I can't think of what the name of it is now, but we got to go and they taught us how to identify storms, and we got a little card so we could have the certification. And when we left there, I asked him, I was like, what did you think? I think he was 12. So I think it was about 3 years ago. No, it was before 2020, so 2019. And so I asked him, so he was 11. And I was like, so what do you think? How do you feel? And he was like, I feel better. Like, this is really cool. And now this is the kid that talks about wanting to become a storm chaser and wants his sister to get in the car with him and they can go take videos of storms. And I'm like, are you crazy? But that class, with all that knowledge of looking at storms and the weather and how it affects how they come on, really helped me feel better so that I'm not so afraid when I'm home. Now, when I'm out driving, I still feel a lot of anxiety. But being home, I feel more powerful and I feel like I know what's happening. And so I feel more comfortable and my anxiety is not there as much.
So I'll say too,
wow.
That's one of the big things that I've worked with or tried to work with my kids in encouraging them. Because it's a weird thing, and I've talked to a lot of different parents with kids around my age, and it's really odd sometimes that when you spend so much time with your kids and just lavish them with love and encouragement through life, and then somehow when they get to a certain age, they feel like they're worthless or they have nothing to offer.
They're helpless or hopeless.
It was very odd for me. And I don't, it was hard for me to understand, for me, it wasn't like that growing up. When we got married, I felt very confident in what I could do or what I needed to do. And so that's been something that I've been very prayerful about with the kids and just trying to keep pushing them out there. And I would say one other thing is just be mindful that they don't have to do it the way we did it.
Exactly.
Just because, and I try to tell my kids that all the time, just because we got married at
18 and 19.
18 and 19. And, I had a full-time job at, such and such, or, whatever it may be. We just got to remember they're their own people. And I think sometimes we put a lot of that additional pressure on our kids that they're not necessary.
Yeah. So I like what Seven Kin Home said. If you give them the wins on what they're willing to do, slowly increase the gradient of responsibility. It increases ability and productivity and then morale. And it does help. So if you kind of help with that, and the same thing here, is he creative? Maybe making something using his talents. If you make something and someone will buy it, things like that. I mean, there's so many different things. Sometimes you just have to think outside of what the society says is normal. right? But yeah, there you go. Drops was out the door at 17. And I think for Eric and I, it's hard sometimes to remember that our kids are not us. They're not leaving this house at 18 and 19 necessarily. And maybe some of our kids will. Maybe there will be a few of our kids that are ready to get married at 18 or 19. Great. And you know what? When it's time, I'll be praying that they will be in a right mindset and God will lead them to do exactly what they need to do and will touch my heart so that I won't be so worried about them. But, you just got to really, all of that is really just about praying over your kids, really giving them that encouragement and time. And just remember that you're not always the reason for their anxiety or depression either. I think sometimes we feel like we take that on when our kids are feeling a certain way. It's not always our fault. Sometimes it's just something they need to go through. Brendan is feeling led to be a pastor, so we're encouraging him and helping with ideas to help him in the right decision, in the right direction. Yeah, you have to. If he has a calling on his life, then you just encourage that calling, encourage him to trust the Lord, be guided by the Lord, and all those details will fall right into place. Society is really toxic for our youth. Social media and TV and music is dangerous to their spiritual health, which affects everything else. It's true. And Jackie said the one thing he loves is playing music. I've never even told him to sit on the street corner and play his trumpet. We live in Beach Town. Oh, I've even told him to. Hey, you never know. Maybe that'll help him get over some of that anxiety of being out and putting himself out there. Maybe. We'll know. We'll be praying for him, Jackie. Daughter's 21, told her if she wanted to move, go out and for yourself and have your own experience. There you go. That's what you got to do, Drops. Well, you know what? It is now 10 o'clock. And again, I'm about to crash in about T-minus 10 minutes. So I am going to go and I'm going to ice my back again and probably take some herbal tea or something. I'll figure something out that's natural because I'm not going to take ibuprofen. I'm not going to take ibuprofen. I'm actually going to avoid that kind of stuff and try to do some natural things to help my back feel better. So y'all, if you pray for me. But we have our big day tomorrow, our first day of co-op. So we're going to get all that going. And yeah, arnica. There you go, Nicole. I'm going to put some arnica on it. That should help. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate it. I can't believe we actually made it for the full 2 hours. I felt like I was going to drop earlier, but
I feel like I was going to drop too. Tired.
You were tired.
But your energy level just boosted me.
There you go.
Let's go crash in bed together.
Hopefully I will be good in the morning and I won't need the ibuprofen, but if I have to, I will. And Neil's wild lettuce tea. If I had wild lettuce tea, I would. But I don't have any wild lettuce, Drops. I'm having some regular lettuce. I need to go with some regular lettuce. God, I got to catch y'all. Thank you so much, Sevenkin. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you so much for coming in here. Jen, Ann, Drops, Jackie, everybody, Nicole Smith second. Everybody, we just love you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Hey, Who likes great friends that come in each week and cheer us on in their own way?
Farmers do.
And farmers' wives do, with good sound effects. Bye. I can't believe that didn't work.